Film Focus presents the prize winner of Defiance, Ohio, a drama film based on a true story. Join us as we explore this captivating tale of Evelyn, a housewife living in Defiance, Ohio in 1956 with her 10 children and alcoholic husband, Kelly. To support her family, she enters contests, a popular strategy among housewives at the time. She is skilled at creating rhymes and participates in poetry composition contests. Her most formidable attribute is her tenacity. To boost her chances of victory, she sometimes submits her works using her children's names. Kelly, her spouse, works as a machinist in an industrial plant, although his earnings are modest. He spends a lot of money on alcohol. One day, the family receives bad news that they are being evicted because the owner's daughter is getting married and wants the house back. They only have 3 weeks to find a new place to live. Luckily, a solution presents itself. Evelyn's poem wins $5,000 and the family celebrates. Even the neighbors come to congratulate them. The couple used the money to obtain a loan for purchasing a house. Although Evelyn also wanted to sign the papers, only Kelly signed them, stating that it was his responsibility as he was the one working for the family and would be paying the mortgage. This worried Evelyn as she always contributed with her small earnings. However, she kept quiet. Moreover, it was her money that enabled them to obtain the loan in the first place. The family moves to a new house. Evelyn receives a large refrigerator as another prize. Kelly dislikes the water heater, stating that it occupies too much space and consumes a lot of electricity. However, in reality, he conceals the fact that he is annoyed by the need to fill it to the top. Later, while listening to a baseball game on the radio, Kelly becomes intoxicated and begins to shout in anger when his team loses, prompting the neighbors to shout back. Kelly became enraged and started to violently dismantle the kitchen refrigerator. Evelyn urgently sought assistance from the local police force, along with the kids. Meanwhile, Kelly casually conversed with the officers who arrived on the scene, discussing various sports topics. The law enforcement representatives suggested to Evelyn that Kelly needed some time to rest. Additionally, the local religious leader stepped in to provide guidance and advice. He tells her that Kaylee carries a huge sadness because she has a big family to support. Evelyn needs to work harder to create a good home for her husband. Things weren't always so bad. Evelyn was an aspiring singer and worked as a newspaper resident. When she met Kaylee, he was a singer in a successful band, and they always had fun together. Unfortunately, a car accident left Kaylee with a gash to his throat, causing him to lose his singing voice. To support his family, he took a job in a factory. However, he has been feeling depressed since then. Evelyn continues to treat him with attention and patience. The day after the incident, Evelyn reminds Kelly that she needs money for milk. Feeling embarrassed, Kelly promises to bring one item from the grocery store every day until he fills the entire refrigerator. The amount of money he gave Evelyn before leaving was insufficient for the milk. Therefore, she searched all the pockets in the house, but still did not have enough money. Fortunately, the postman arrived just after the milkman, delivering a letter containing another cash prize. Evelyn used this prize to pay for the milk. Evelyn triumphed in a competition held at the neighborhood grocery store. She inquired with her relatives about which culinary creations they were eager to sample. Her offspring proposed a variety of choices. Kelly expressed that he had perpetually harbored a desire to taste a shrimp cocktail. On the day of fun, Evelina arrives with a plan. She has asked store clerks to help fill her cart, and her children will keep track of time to let her know how many minutes she has left. Kelly even brings oil for the cart's wheels. To prevent failure during her run, the party was a great success for the Evelyns as they managed to overfill their cart with expensive food. Kelly became emotional at the sight, but his mood soured again upon returning home and seeing Evelyn fill the refrigerator before him. During this time, the family tries many new things. Kelly becomes increasingly angry and starts throwing items out of the refrigerator in search of a hamburger. He even throws a bunch of things in the trash. Evelyn remains optimistic and ignores him. Kelly eventually gives in and eats alone, grabbing a can of corned beef. Evelyn shows compassion by offering shrimp cocktails to him and inviting him to join them, causing Kelly to cry once more. Over the next 4 years, Evelyn wins a variety of prizes, including clothing, food, and even free window installation, which helps support her family. However, they must sell items like ponies to pay their bills. The three older children grew up and left home. The eldest daughter has sisters, and the two eldest boys are joining the Detroit Tigers, which makes Evelyn very proud. It is 1960, and Kelly is having another bad night. Heavily drunk, he complains about the hole in which they live, saying that the children left because of this. Evelyn is too busy preparing her next poems. Kelly responds to the verses with negative comments. He blames his family for being too happy, but everyone around him just laughs, thinking it's a joke. Once, Kelly comes home early from work after spending more money on another drink. As a result, when the milk delivery person arrives, they cannot pay the bill. Evelyn convinced the milkman to leave them some milk until next week. The milkman agreed to give them another chance, but he warned that if he doesn't receive payment next week, he will cut off Evelyn's house from his route forever. Upon returning with the milk, Kelly began yelling at Evelyn, accusing her of not working hard like he does, and instead spending her time writing rhymes. He angrily grabs Evelyn, causing her to trip. As a result, all of the bottles broke. The broken glass injured Evelyn, causing Kelly to cry and apologize. He offered to take Evelyn to the hospital. They asked a neighbor for help, and the neighbor took Evelyn to the doctor. That night, when Evelyn returned with bandaged hands, Kelly had prepared tea for her. First, Evelyn needs to change because she cannot use her arms yet. Kaylee helps her change, and during this time, Evelyn expresses how much it hurt her when he insulted her. Kaylee admits that he is proud of her, but his co-workers keep teasing him because his wife is the real breadwinner of the family. Afterward, they won a car that they sold. We received an all-expenses-paid weekend trip to New York in exchange. As Evelyn prepares for her trip, the family receives more bad news. The police station calls to report that one of her kids was caught stealing money from a lady's purse. Evelyn helps him out, but when they return home, Kelly hits the boy in a rage. Now, the entire family is afraid to be alone with their father, so Evelyn decides not to go to New York. To correct his mistake, the son agreed to join the army instead of going to prison. Additionally, he offered to teach his mother how to drive. Evelyn declined the offer, explaining that they did not have enough gas. A few days later, a group of competing housewives from Payne sent Evelyn a letter inviting her to join their meetings. Although it was only 85 miles away, Kelly refused to take her there. Even if they received gas money, he did not want to spend his precious Saturday sitting in the car. Another one of Evelyn's sons had some luck with his mother and won 25 gallons of gasoline in a football game. However, he and Kelly argue about the gasoline ownership because they have participated together several times and used siblings' names. Evelyn intervenes, forcing them to split the gas equally. Her son is grateful and agrees to take Evelyn to meet him. But before they go, another problem arises. 1 in 10 brings her a bouquet of flowers as a parting gift. He stole the items from neighboring gardens. Evelyn must now stay and spend the day apologizing to each neighbor and finding a way to repair the damage she has caused. 3 years have passed, and it is now 1963. Tuff has learned to drive, so she is the one who finally takes Evelyn to meet her pen pals. Halfway through the trip, the cars begin to overheat, which worries Tuff. Evelyn convinces Kaylee to continue until they find a mechanic shop. Upon arrival, the mechanic informs them that the repair will take over an hour. Evelyn agrees to wait. Tuff suspects that Kaylee was aware of the faulty parts and did not replace them intentionally. Evelyn does not consider him evil, just inconsiderate. Her daughter wonders if Evelyn regrets marrying Kelly because she is stuck in the house with no life of her own. However, Evelyn assures her that she has no regrets because she loves her children. Later, Evelyn attends her meeting and enjoys spending time with her fellow moms. They share rhymes, judge each other's work, and discuss the disappearance of pageants after a year. The host saved the last entry form for Evelyn because they were so cute, When Evelyn and Tav return home, they find the front door locked, and it is already late. While walking around the backyard, they discover all the children in the garden. The back door is locked, so Evelyn yells at her husband to open it. He criticizes her for being late, but then the children jump on him to protect their mother. In anger, he grabs Evelyn's hand. Finally, Evelyn retaliates by throwing a bowl of jelly at Kelly. Despite the chaos, Kelly has surprises for the family. Steaks for dinner and a new desk for Evelyn. Evelyn always dreamed of having a personal workspace. However, she was informed by the financial institution that they were lagging in payments for a secondary mortgage. This left Evelyn perplexed, since she had no recollection of ever securing a second mortgage. It eventually came to light that Callie had taken out the mortgage without her knowledge 3 years prior. Currently, they are faced with the daunting task of settling a debt amounting to $4,000 within a span of 30 days. When Callie returns home, he is told that there is no money left. He tries to justify himself. He says he wanted to feel in charge. This hurts Evelyn. During dinner, Evelyn tells the children that they made arrangements in case they couldn't find a suitable place. Some of them may end up living with their aunts and uncles. This makes everyone cry. When Evelyn takes the last item out of the refrigerator, it's time for her to finally turn it off. Upon seeing the hungry children, Evelyn opens the door for the milkman. He agrees to deliver the milk and collect payment next week. Additionally, he offers to take laundry as payment, but Evelyn declines, feeling insulted. Later, Dr. Pepper's employees call to schedule an interview. To prepare, Evelyn has the entire family clean the house to make it presentable. With their last dollar, they buy several bottles of Dr. Pepper to demonstrate their product's consumption. The interview goes well, but the winner won't be announced for a few weeks. The family is worried they will lose the house. Callie tries to stay positive and encourages them to wait, but the kids get angry and remind him that he lost all their money. The fight was too much for Evelyn. She had a nervous breakdown and ran to her room to cry. Callie followed her and tried to console her. He said he always thinks about his family, but Evelyn snapped at him. She said she had devoted her whole life to her family, and now it's his turn to do something. After a few days, Evelyn prepares a small lunch using the remaining ingredients in the pantry. The family then begins to collect their things. When the phone rings, Evelyn is ready to hang up, feeling hopeless. However, a huge surprise awaits them. She won the Dr. Pepper prize. The prize includes a trip to Switzerland, a car, and just over $3,000. The entire family starts celebrating, except for Tuff. She runs to her room in tears and asks Callie to watch over the others. Evelyn doesn't mind that Callie will never change. Evelyn goes to check on Taff and tells her not to worry because she has her whole life ahead of her to do whatever she wants. It's not worth worrying about. Regrettably, Evelyn will not be traveling to Switzerland. Instead, she will receive funds to pay off her mortgage. While on a brief break, Dr. Pepper extended an invitation to Texas. Evelyn had fun for the first time while someone else washed the boat, allowing her to become the queen of the company for a day. Although she never won another competition or traveled again, she continues to live a happy life, watching her children grow up and leave home to explore the world on their own. Years later, Kelly is the first to die. Evelyn discovers that he put all his retirement checks in a secret account for her, so she will never have to worry about money again. When Evelyn dies, all 10 of her children come to the house to see her off to the next world and take care of family matters. Evelyn, who became a writer, keeps her mother's typewriter. The real children grew up to live good lives. Most of them married and had children and grandchildren. The book was written to maintain her mother's profession. Thanks to Taff, who worked as a writer, a book was published about the story of her mother, which later became this film. Please subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you for watching and take care.